Hello everyone, it is time for a review that I know a lot of you have been eagerly awaiting. Let's talk about Robert Eggers' new movie, It's the Northman. It stars Alexander Skarsgård as Amleth. He was once a young prince destined to take the throne, but after witnessing his uncle murder his father, Amleth has to flee home and winds up becoming a Viking berserker. However, after raiding a village, Amleth is reminded of his vow to avenge his father, so he opts to travel to Iceland and pose as a slave on his uncle's farm. Robert Eggers just continues to be a one-of-a-kind filmmaker with this one. Whether or not I like or enjoy watching his work, which does tend to be quite dark, I do always deeply admire it because he's an excellent example of a filmmaker who always takes bold swings and very much seems to have a clear vision and understanding of how to bring those ambitious visions to life on screen. That admiration is very, very much there for his work in The Northman, but the film has a whole lot to offer, I guess I would say within and beyond that as well. First here, the production and costume design is downright incredible and really key to just how quickly and thoroughly this movie sucks you into the 10th century. The craftsmanship, the attention to detail, and authenticity is phenomenal, and it really does contribute big time to making the whole story so highly immersive. Another component here that contributes to that quality of the film big time is Alexander Skarsgård's performance. Amleth is not an especially verbose character who's standing there explaining his feelings to you, but you still very much feel every single ounce of pain and rage that he's carrying after he watched his father die, after spending so much time raiding villages, and then also when he reaches his uncle's farm, and you can just feel that internal battle between knowing he needs to wait until the time is right, but also having this inescapable urge to, lunge and be done with it. Skarsgård just really does an exceptional job conveying every single ounce of all of that. Then you add in Anya Taylor-Joy's character Olga. She's on the Iceland-bound slave ship that Amleth gets on. I actually do suspect Skarsgård and Eggers could have made a pretty solid movie without this, but I do think that this particular element that I'm about to highlight here gives the film a significant amount of dimension rather than it just being Amleth laser focused on revenge and revenge alone. So, Amleth basically does have tunnel vision. Revenge, 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 pillage, 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 and then back to revenge, revenge, revenge. The connection that he sparks with Olga, though, reminds Amleth that there are things to value in life beyond that, and I found one of the most interesting parts of this movie to be watching him weigh and reweigh those priorities. But of course, I did really dig the revenge-fueled action here as well. This is just an incredibly well-choreographed and photographed movie from top to bottom. I do think that editing and cuts can enhance certain action scenes, but in this particular case, Eggers' choice to capture many of those fights with minimal shots and cuts, and in some cases, just one shot and no cuts, is downright brilliant, and it pays off so big. It really makes the brutality feel real. You can practically feel the weight of the weapons in Amleth's hands, and you could also practically feel the force of every hit he lands. I also have to highlight some of the supporting performances here. I already brought up Anya Taylor-Joy, but of course, she is incredible, like she always is. Olga is very much her own character with her own drive and her own goals, but I definitely was especially struck by her influence on Amleth and the different type of raw emotion that she adds to his experience. Another one who always delivers, but I don't think we talk about nearly enough, is Claes Bang. He plays Amleth's uncle in the movie, and just trust me when I tell you he is an absolute powerhouse in this role. Clearly he does something very terrible at the beginning of the movie that you don't ever forget, but I was especially taken by how Eggers treats that character moving forward in the film, because it could have been really easy for him to have just, functioned as a black and white big bad type of character, but There's a lot of complexity in how he carries himself on the farm and also in how he responds to Amleth's actions along the way that just made him a far richer character than what I was initially expecting. And lastly here, I absolutely have to highlight Nicole Kidman's work in this one. She just has a couple of real wow-worthy scenes in the movie that definitely got some audible holy shit reactions from me. All right, time to score The Northman, and I am going to give it 4 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. This movie is very much another winner for Eggers. Really, I'm just in awe of the production and the performances here. But now, I'm going to borrow a friend's words. It's someone I saw the movie with because I think the way he described it does accurately reflect how I felt at the end of it, and the term I want to use is empty, and I don't want this next comment to come across like I'm mad because the movie didn't play out the way that I wanted, but I did very much pinpoint a part of the story that I suspect could have been a more interesting end, and it wasn't the end, and what I got beyond that point was kind of in line with what I was expecting, and I do understand why things ended up that way, and I think the script justified it, but I just can't shake the feeling that Eggers touched on something really interesting and different and then kind of let it pass him by. All right, that is where I'm leaving you with The Northman. You know what to do. When you see the movie, you jump in that comment section below and you share your own thoughts on the movie right there before I let you leave. This review right here is owed to Ian Wilder. Ian is so on top of his video requests. He always jumps right in with some of the most highly anticipated movies every single month. Ian, I hope you enjoy The Northman when you see it. All right, I am out of here. Like and share this video before you click out of it, and stay tuned. I got more movie reviews coming your way very, very soon.